welcome to Good Vibes Lifestyle Live Stream. It's kind of hard to say. Good Vibes Lifestyle Live Stream. Coming to you at this particular moment from Murphy, North Carolina. I'm Leslie Klein, and thank you for joining me during this live stream, and thank you for watching if you're watching the replay. So I'm streaming to like 8 different places on social media and YouTube and LinkedIn and several Facebook pages. And what's cool about this, because I'm doing it on StreamYard, is that you can comment. So most of the platforms can do it. Specifically, I know you can for sure on Facebook. So go ahead and comment, and I can see your comments and put them on the screen. Or if you don't want them on the screen, that's okay. You could just ask questions. So let's go to my banners here. So this live stream is all about the Good Vibes lifestyle. And like I said, happening every Thursday at 3 o'clock Eastern time. And it doesn't replace Good Vibes TV, the show, which is currently on legarity.tv. It's in addition to that, right? It's a more casual, live, weekly experience with me where I get to share some practical ways that you can raise your vibration and also talk about some of the concepts behind what is that all about. You've heard about law of attraction. This may or may not be new to you, or it may be new. So let me know where you stand. Is this new information? Is this old information? Is it a refresher course? Let me know what you think. Also, in this live stream, what I like to do is kind of tune you into what's going on astrologically with the energies. And Mercury did go retrograde last Friday. And so we're in that retrograde period, which means, things, I see it as the weak links tend to show up. So the things that need your attention to be fixed or repaired, or anything with re in it, revisit, this is the time to do it, right? Or this is the way to use that energy. And I believe I talked pretty extensively about that in our last show, our last live stream. So the good news, it only lasts a few weeks, about 3 to 4 weeks. And so it does go direct on May 14th at 11:15 p.m. Eastern time. So just you have an idea of how much time you have to kind of regroup. And that's the best way to use this energy, is to like I said, review, regroup, refinance. And, I just, one thing I want to share is that I am relaunching something. So it's perfect to happen during the Mercury retrograde. And the news is that I'm relaunching the season 3 of Good Vibes TV, and I'm doing it on YouTube. So in addition to being on legarity.tv, all of my Good Vibes TV shows will be on my YouTube channel called Good Vibes TV. And it's actually YouTube.com/@ Raise Your Vibe and Thrive, with and spelled out. But once you get to the YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe, because if you subscribe, you'll get notified when I do live streams. You'll get notified when new episodes drop, because I'm dropping them as premieres. So the next episode will drop on May 1st. It's episode 1 of season 3 at 6 o'clock. So I'm always going to make them available, premiere them at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And the person that we are highlighting in episode 1, which you may know from a previous episode here, is Michelle Joy, who's a somatic activated healer. So that will be available on May, and on YouTube. I have a little premiere thing, so you can set a notification so you'll get notified when it happens, and we can all watch it together. So just want to let you know about that on May 1st. Also, to just know that the energies probably are building and building, and it's because we're building up to this full moon eclipse happening on May 5th. So, when it's an eclipse, it's like a triple full moon. We just had the solar eclipse, which is the opposite. And you always have these in pairs. Solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse usually come in pairs 2 weeks apart. So we're in this energy, we're in times of change. Let's just say change. Plus, we're in the springtime energy. So, spring is all in that Aries energy. It's all about, a lot of extra energy to sprout, the seeds that we just planted that they have to break through the ground and sprout, and it requires a lot of energy to do that. So, um, we're sprouting new and growing new things in our lives during this time, or renewing. Spring is the time of renewal, right? There's perennial plants, and they come back every year. So you have your annuals that you have to replant because they don't make it through the winter, but then you have those that thrive through the winter and they keep coming back. But you got to prune them, you got to nurture them. So there's a lot of analogies to working in the garden. And when the weather's a little bit better, because we've got rain today, I'll do more from the garden because I love being in my peace garden with all my flowers and herbs, and now a lot of vegetables as well. So full moon eclipse, and we'll talk more about that next week. So Good Vibes TV, Good Vibes Lifestyle. What's that all about? Well, the way we can tell how we're vibrating or what frequency we're at is by our emotions, our feelings. And a couple of weeks ago, I said I would share I've shared the map of consciousness scale from David R. Hawkins, but I also want to share this one that is from Esther Hicks. She channels Abraham, and it's a longer list. There's 22 different uh, emotions on there versus this one. I don't think it actually has that many, but they're quite similar. So I actually pulled out the book that chart comes from, that list, and it's Ask and It Is Given: Learning to Manifest Your Desire by Esther and Jerry Hicks. It's the teachings of Abraham. So in the chapter that she talks about or introduces this emotional guidance scale, and I'm going to put it up there as I read some of these things so you can get an idea as to what this scale is about compared to the David Hawkins scale. She says, you might say that different emotions have different vibrational frequencies, but a more accurate way of saying it would be your emotions are indicators of your vibrational frequency. When you remember that your emotions indicate your degree of alignment with source energy, and that the better you feel, the more you are allowing your alignment with the things you desire, then it is easier to understand how to respond to your emotions. So she's saying basically the higher you are on that scale, the more you're connected to source, the more you're connected to spirit, however, whatever you call creator energy, source energy, chi, whatever your name for is it, God, Mother, Father, God, whatever your name for it. We're talking about the same source energy. So, and then lower on the scale, you're cutting yourself off from that flow. That flow is always there. It's just, how much are we tapped into it? And she's saying this emotional guidance scale is like a fuel gauge on a car. When you are fully aligned, you're full. When you're not, you're to empty. And I liked her description. She says that absolute alignment with your source energy means that you know the following: you are free, you are powerful, you are good, you are love, you have value, you have purpose, and all is well. So when you're feeling those feelings, you know that your gauge is full, that you're fully connected. So, let's see. So I'll read, the 22, let's see. She had an example. And the tip of the day for this week, or the tip this week, is actually to find out where you are on the scale at any moment, and then find the next better feeling, or the next better emotion. So I want to read a part in the book that kind of describes it, and you could follow along on the scale. She says, right now I'm going to find the best feeling thought that I can. I'm going to reach for more relief, more relief, more relief. Remember, rage gives you a feeling of relief from depression, grief, despair, fear, guilt, or powerlessness. That's number 22 on the scale. And rage is, let's see, where is it? Yep, 19, right? Then she says that revenge gives you a feeling of relief over rage, right? So revenge is number 18, a step above. Blame gives you a feeling of relief from anger. Then overwhelmment gives you a feeling of relief from blame. Irritation gives you a feeling of relief from overwhelmment. Pessimism gives you a feeling of relief from irritation. Hopefulness gives you a feeling of relief from pessimism. Optimism gives you a feeling of relief from hopelessness. Positive expectation gives you a feeling of relief from optimism. And joy gives you a feeling of relief from positive expectation. So that's how you're going up the scale. Now, you can't go from jealousy on the bottom all the way up to optimism on the top, not easily. Um, it's more of an incremental kind of step. And what, she also, in the book, which I thought was really cool, she came up with an explanation that I think is a good example of or definition for what good vibes lifestyle would be. She talks about, let's see, she has some processes, and we'll go through those in future live streams. But she talks about, as we use these processes, that you will gradually but steadily return to being a person who allows your own natural well being flow to you. So I thought that is an excellent definition of the good vibes lifestyle. Being a person who's living the good vibes lifestyle is a person who is allowing their own natural well being to flow to them. So that was something that I found in that book. All right. I don't see any comments. If you have any, feel free to put them on there. Let me get back to my banners here. So last week's tip was to watch the spiritual cannabis episode because last week was 420 and I thought it was timely. Did anyone watch it? If you did, let me know in the comments. What did you think about it? I know it was a longer episode, but she had such good information that I think people don't realize. So that was last week's tip. And this week's tip is to find the next best feeling on the emotional scale. Find out where you are on the scale and the next best feeling, to feel that. And then when you get there, find the next best feeling. And even if you're in the feeling good space, still find the best feeling, because the higher that you get to the top, the more connected you are to source. The more connected you are to source, the more you're in the flow, and things just flow into your life. And that's the magic of living, I guess, the law of attraction and the good vibes lifestyle. So there you go. I got a heart. Thank you so much for that. What else can I tell you? So I have those charts in a free PDF that you can download if you go to leslieklein.com, and you'll see it's the first button on that link tree. And you'll sign up for my newsletter, and you can unsign if you don't want to be part of that. I don't send too many out. But you can download a PDF of 11 ways to raise your vibration. We're going through some of these, so I'm adding new ones, and just encouraging you to live the good vibes lifestyle, whatever that means to you. I'm wanting to kind of start a movement um, of living the good vibes lifestyle, but it's self-defined. What does that mean for you? Because for one person, it could be, living in Italy and working the farms and living in the beautiful countryside. To someone else, it's, who knows? We're all so different, and uh, and that's what's great about it, is that we're all so unique and different. And we want to celebrate that, not um, see separation. We want to celebrate the uniqueness of each one of us, because we're all sparks of God, expressing and experiencing life. And it's all good. So thank you for watching, you guys. I'm gonna put on the end here. I'm gonna You'll see the social media that I'm on, so in case you want to reach out and follow me, whatever kind of uh, social media you'd like to use. But please, because I'm pretty much starting my YouTube channel for Good Vibes TV, please subscribe so you can get those notifications. It helps build the channel, share, let people know about it if you think there's value in what I'm sharing with you. These particular live streams will be housed under the podcast part of the YouTube channel there. So this will be going out as a podcast. It's so anyway, it's all good, and I'm just thankful to have this opportunity to share with you. Hopefully, um, encourage you or teach you a little tip to raise your vibration, because when you raise your vibration, you thrive. At least that's the experience I've been having, and I know many, many others. So it's a matter of just staying in that higher vibration state and appreciating life. So have a wonderful day and look forward to talking with you again. Bye bye.